Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I'm doing a book review of On Impulse by Heather Texle. This is a book that came out in 2023. It's a sci-fi mystery. It's self-published. I received this book from the SPSFC4, where I am a judge in Team Space Girls. This book is one of our team's quarterfinalists, so I'm doing a full review of it as promised. On top of all the other things I loved about this book, it wins the prize of a first-person book I really enjoyed. If you're new to my channel, first person is generally not my thing, so I'm always kind of like, oh no, when one comes up. But no, I was this one worked for me. This one worked for me. I'm not gonna not read a book because it's first person. It's just like not something I kind of gravitate towards. So what is the book about? When the department trained me to catch criminals, I never dreamed I'd become one. Agent, suspect, intergalactic fugitive. I was one of them until I shot my partner in self-defense. Even though the department cleared me of wrongdoing, my coworkers didn't agree. They turned their backs on me, so I turned my back on them. My partner's actions never made sense. After ignoring my gut for a year, I asked my tech genius best friend to dig into it. Now Jarrett's gone dark, and I soon discover he's been brutally murdered. An officer finds me standing over the body, blaster in hand. Even I admit, it looks bad. There's no way I can trust the department to investigate further. Not if I'm already the prime suspect. My only option is to run. Is it impulsive? Sure. Will having law enforcement dog me across the galaxy make my life difficult? Most certainly. I'll have to stay one step ahead of them if I want to solve Jarrett's murder and clear my name. Doing that will require every trick the department taught me, and a few I learned on my own. That was fun. I will say, reading first-person blurbs is a lot of fun. I love a good mystery. I also love a good mystery set in space. This story, though, wouldn't make any sense without Sinclair's character, though. She's not only smart and skilled, but she's the kind of woman who will raw dog a 24-hour interstellar flight and go a day without eating. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty. She's not afraid to be uncomfortable. The book definitely does not skip over the gritty parts of being on the run. She's grimy. She always needs a shower. She suffers a lot of physical discomfort. And that's what makes her likable. She's just tough. She's willing to do what needs to be done. She's sassy, but not enough to become a YA heroine, aka annoying. She's brave, but she's not foolhardy, and she has audacity as well as conscience and morals. She's very well-rounded, and while we don't learn a ton about her before she became a cop, and then stopped being a cop, her actions are what define her personality. I thought that she was great. She was really good. And speaking of her skills, she's reasonably skilled. She can pack a punch, but she can't beat up 3 dudes on her own. Her biggest assets are her ability to think quick on her feet, adapt, and stay one step ahead. I was constantly impressed by her costume changes to fool people following her and the smart ways that she got out of situations. It's just, you rarely see that in action stories. It's always like someone fighting their way out or like something happening where they can escape. But that no, she has all these little plans in place and little tricks that she knows how to do to kind of get out or get into places that she needs to get into. And she's not perfect. She does make mistakes. In fact, one of the major kind of twists of the plot is the fact that she, isn't able to put her skills to use. The book has a great balance of her escaping on her own, fortuitous run-ins, and needing help from others. In this way, it felt realistic. She's not, as I said, like some superhero woman. She needs help sometimes. The side characters weren't as fleshed out as her, though there were 2 introduced in the last little bit that I really enjoyed, and the villains were unlikable as they could be, which was good. I really hated them. The only thing that really disappointed me was the lack of something that seemed to be building, but kind of fizzled out. I was at 99% of the book when I realized that, nope, it's not going to happen. Why'd you do me like that? Why'd you build that all up and then not give me anything? Come on. The best side character was the AI cat construct that lives in her ship, and there's a gerbil as well. Animal sidekicks are the best. I absolutely loved it. The thing is, they were funny and cute, but they weren't so funny and cute that they kind of detracted from the tone or the atmosphere of the story. It's a very serious story. There's a lot of kind of sad stuff that happens in it, and this kind of gave it a little bit of levity. In fact, it was the perfect way to kind of make it not so depressing to have this little gerbil friend. The gerbil does not talk. Okay. The writing is quick and flows wonderfully with lots of fun action, great dialogue, and a lack of the narrative issues I've seen in a great deal of self-published books, so that was great. The world building is solid, nothing really new. There's multiple worlds, evil corporations, gangsters, underworlds, FTL, all that stuff. But the mystery was tied to the technology of the setting, which worked well for me. Actually, one thing I really liked was the focus on mass transit. In sci-fi, we often see a small group on their little ship or like military ships, but we rarely see regular people commuting from one planet to another. Hyperion is the exception to this. That ending will always haunt me. So I liked how Sinclair uses public transportation like most of the time. The third book in my trilogy actually has a public transport spaceship in it. Now that I think of it, I just really like world building that takes into account real world logistics. So of course this is like a little bonus for me. I was like, ooh, we get to see how like normal people live, not just like the rogues of the galaxy or like the head honchos. It was fun. Before I talk more about that, I'll wrap up by saying I love a good mystery, a sassy woman main character, and this one has a surprising turn of events about a third of the way through, or about 2/3 of the way through, that actually really caught me off guard. I did not expect it, nor did I expect that it would turn out to be helpful later on. That was really clever, and I really liked that. So yeah, I highly recommend this book if you're looking for a fun sci-fi mystery. I was really impressed by it. Thank you to the competition for the EPUB, and to the author for, I guess, submitting it to the competition. I guess, I don't know. I'm thanking everybody now. I'm out of here. Bye.